Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 7 ways highly effective people manage their time. Now without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first highly successful person I'll refer to is the one and only Richard Branson. Believe it or not, he has such a simple way to manage his time. Branson believes that keeping fit makes him twice as much productive. This must be because keeping active and exercising daily keeps the brain active, therefore more productivity with thoughts, ideas, and a faster response to different things. It's quite a simple thing to do and it keeps you healthy and active, so it's convenient. All you have to do is wake up early and set a certain amount of time to work out or run, maybe even swim. Richard also has another effective way of managing his time. He explains how social media has opened up a new world and gives people the chance to speak up and share their ideas. The only problem with that is that being on social media for too long, this can actually cause people to lose track of time, which is the opposite thing of what you want to do if you're looking to manage your time. So if you want to go on social media, then set a specific time when you catch up on your social media and when you put your phone away and focus on your actual work. The second person we'll be taking advice from is Marcus Lemoni and how he manages his time and feels productive every day. Now, he talks about this one way of managing his time, and that is his knockout list that he writes every day on personal cards. This list includes 5 things he'll want to accomplish every day, and he will make sure that they get done. He's also mentioned a fun fact with this. He said when he gets them done at the end of the day, he'll turn the card into a paper airplane so his basement's just filled with paper airplanes. It's a great idea because at the end of the day, you will feel and actually have been productive. You gave yourself an objective, or let's say 5, and you managed to get them done before the end of the day. I personally do this myself, and honestly, you do really feel great about yourself. Anyways, moving on to the third person who is also successful and also has great advice is Mar Erdoes. And she manages time by managing her calendar instead of letting it manage her. She does this to make sure she gets everything done on the day it's supposed to be done. She mentions that having a calendar is very helpful, especially when you have things piling on top of each other over time, and you can actually forget to do something if you don't write it down somewhere that you look every day. A calendar is good because a person uses a calendar to see what day it is, and obviously if they look at the date, they'll see a note of whether or not they have to do things that day. It's definitely quite useful. Now let's talk about the fourth piece of advice, and it comes from Alison Page. She mentions how she sets reminders and alarms on her Apple Watch. Now this is a very modern thing to do compared to the previous ways of managing time. It's an easier way, but what happens when her Apple Watch dies or if she loses it? Unless she does write it down somewhere too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but it's a bit more inconvenient than the previous notes. Also, a lot of people do own Apple Watches, but others don't because they're pretty pricey. For those of you who do have an Apple Watch, then definitely do this. If you have it on at all times, it's a great and fast way to take down notes and make reminders. Just keep in mind that when you do not have any signal on your phone, it may cause your Apple Watch to not work. Fifth in line, we have Ariana Huffington, and she says the best way to manage time is to pause. I know it sounds like the opposite thing to do when you try and save time and manage it, but if it works for her, then there's no harm in trying it out. She talks about how taking a break from work, especially for her daily meals, is good for your mind, body, and health. It's good because it gives your brain time to reset and take a bit of a break instead of overworking and just blanking out when you need to concentrate the most. It also decreases stress and increases productivity. Huffington says it helps you recharge and can make a good difference in how your day goes. At number 6, we have advice from Nick Huzar. He says you should take advantage of Sundays, which I personally agree to. This will help you with the whole taking a break and recharging. If you plan your work properly and follow your schedule, you can have another day off in a week to just relax, do a bit of R&R. If you constantly work every day with no reset, you'll eventually burn out and will hate what you do because it won't bring you any excitement. You'll literally stress and get a few depressing thoughts of leaving your job and wanting and wishing that you could do more. Last but not least, we have Damon John. He is always trying to maximize his time. As the CEO of the most amazing show, Shark Tank, he talks about creative ways to maximize his time. For example, when he does his emails, instead of doing them in an office, he will do them on a plane, which I know not all of us can do, but it's basically saying to have a change of scenery when working. If you're constantly in an office, you may procrastinate or even get tired of sitting in a cubicle all day, which can definitely demotivate anyone. Now guys, if you know of any other successful people who have great tips on maximizing their time and managing their time, then feel free to comment them in the section below. We'll love to hear them. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. If you liked the video, then feel free to give it a massive thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more content like this, then hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on by pressing that small bell near the subscribe button. And as always guys, I'll see you in the next video.